Where is everybody? We look like all the other meeting clubs that meet with only 20 people. I'm sure they'll come along. It's getting used to being up early, but I will go ahead and get the meeting started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our new world. Welcome to 2021.
Maggie, can you send John Richmond the link, please?
Can somebody
do that?
Can anybody do that for me? Thank you, AJ. So I was thinking about our vision and also about our, our diversity statement. And then I was also thinking about the Pledge of Allegiance. And, we haven't done that at our meetings in a long time. And I frankly have never completely been comfortable with the pledge because I've always felt that it wasn't true. And I realize now that it's more of an aspirational statement, that we would be one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And so this morning, I kind of feel like it would be, it just feels important that maybe we do the Pledge of Allegiance, and just think about those words and think about our country and that it's aspirational. And certainly if, so I would like to ask our Sergeant at Arms to lead us in the pledge. And I figured out that the way I need to do the pledge is, I need to do the pledge on a knee, by taking a knee. So I'm going to take a knee, which means I'm going to go sideways in your visuals. Stand, sit, take a knee, whatever. But where is it? Where did Nick go? There he is. Nick, could you lead us all in the pledge, please?
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you.
Didn't know if you could hear me or not.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Do we have any guests with us this morning? Looking around. Brandy froze, so she's still taking the, Brandy, you're still taking the pledge. Thank you, because you're frozen. No, I see no guests, but I do see some folks we haven't seen in a while. It's great to see you, at least your name up there on the screen. Glad to have you with us. So the first thing we're going to do is club assembly. And this is something we do the first meeting of the year. And I think that the first thing I want to share with you is our new budget numbers. You all have been very busy and very active in our fundraising. And wait, that's not gonna work. Hold on a second. Here we go. Let's do this. Share screen. So I wanted to just share with you where we're at on the foundation side. Can you see that now? Great. So we don't have the final numbers in for TESA holidays, but that is we're estimating a net of around 7,000, 7,500. And we're estimating we might get some more community or club member donations that aren't specified for anything else. But the board has been able to raise our spending to these new numbers. And even if we don't get any more money in, even if we don't bring any more in and we don't do the spring event, we should be able to meet these numbers, have the money for these numbers. So I wanted to share them with you and thank all of you for the work you did to raise the money in the first half of the year. So now we can spend the second half of the year spending it. And if we raise more, we can spend more. So educational scholarships, we were able to bring it back to match what we budgeted for last year. And all the committees, they were budgeted at $2,500, now are budgeted at $3,500. So that would be youth activities, World Community Services. And the reason that says 6,000 is because they did brought in 2,500 from other means. Vocational service, including TAY, is at 3,500. Community service at 3,500. You can see there's 500 down here for Week of Gratefulness, but if they didn't spend that, that stays in their pot. And we really boosted backpacks for kids to 13,500. And then we brought my discretionary dollars back up to almost match what we did last year. So that comes to about 47,000, which don't get dizzy here. As you go up here and see, that's about 3,000 less than we have here. So even if we don't quite bring in this amount, we're still in good shape. So I wanted to share that with you. Are there any quick questions about that for understanding or clarity? Anybody have any questions? So I just want to really thank all of you for making that happen. That was pretty darn awesome. So now I want to go back to this, but let's see what happens. That may not work very well. Hold on a second. The sharing of the screen is always, So what we're going to do is we'll go right now to a few of the committees that I've asked all the committee chairs to be ready to come and tell you a little bit about what their committee's up to. And I'm going to start with, let's see what I'm going to do here. We're going to start with membership. So is there anyone from membership who wants to talk a little bit? Let's see.
Hey Maggie, Tomas is here. I'm here. Spoke with Ray a bit last night. And, membership has been more of a reactive committee, I'd say, certainly in the last 6 months or more since the pandemic started. We've been following up with anybody who other club members have asked us to. And so I'd say more than ever right now, as we say in membership, it's not just our committee, the whole club is the membership committee. And right now that's more important than ever. If you do have anyone inquiring about what Rotary is about, it's important that you reach out to me or Ray or any of the committee members and allow us to get in contact with them. And then that's the other part of our discussion that we had last night is, we feel like in one sense, we're just still learning what we can share about what Rotary is, or at least has become and will be until we get back to, quote unquote normal. So we don't want to sell anybody a false bag of goods and on what Rotary was maybe 4 years ago, because it's quite a bit different right now. I mean, let's face it, a lot of the things we're doing or asked to do are a bit different. So I'd say we're in a transitional period like most of us are. We're a little bit more reactive than proactive, but we're here for you guys, and we're certainly willing and able to chat with any folks who show any interest or could be prospective members.
Great, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Mentorship, Brandy.
Good morning. Thank you, President Maggie, for the opportunity to share a little bit about the Mentorship Committee. I am the Mentorship Chair this year, and in acknowledgement of January that it's Mentoring Month, I would like to give accolades to the committee's members who hold a wealth of Rotary experience, from being the past district governor to district governor-elect to past presidents to seasoned Rotarians. And those members are Terry Clark, Dustin Littlefield, Greg Newman, Scott Hiller, Susan Deal McCarthy, Romy Hitchcock Tinnetseth, and myself. When a proposed member from the membership committee is approved by the club, mentors are assigned to them. And once that new Rotarian has been inducted, the mentor is a primary contact, even though all Rotarians are their mentors, to help guide them through the red to blue badge pathway, exposing them to different aspects and various aspects of Rotary on a club level as well as an international level through makeups, board meetings, Sergeant of Arms assistance, craft talks, district conferences, and more. We're there to answer their questions and help them introduce with club committees, emphasizing the importance of engagement. But as Tomas kind of indicated, things are a little different this year. And so we're doing all the best that we can remotely. And so anyway, yeah, so that's what we have been challenged with as well, to kind of adapt to some of these pandemics. But that's pretty much in it. Mentorship in a nutshell. And if anybody would like to learn more about the mentorship committee, you can contact me or any of the mentors. Thanks.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Fellowship.
Hi, Maggie.
Hello.
I guess a little update from the fellowship committee. We are certainly continuing to figure out ways to bring the membership together on a somewhat regular basis, even though it's harder or more difficult to figure out ways to meet in person. So we do have our monthly Sunrise Wednesdays. The next one does happen next Wednesday on the 13th of January. That's a Zoom social. The theme this month is cooking lessons from Lady Jessica's kitchen. So hopefully you all got the email earlier this week with your shopping list. And we're certainly looking forward to that. We are having conversations about what a charter celebration looks like. Charter night is our club's birthday celebration. We do not anticipate that will happen in February, which is sort of the typical timing of it. But we are going to be planning something that can happen a little bit later on in the year when we can come back to meeting up in person. But there, you know, we're trying to figure out ways to be able to be creative with our fellowship events, given the limitations of social distancing until we can all be vaccinated. So I guess that's what I have. Yeah.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then community service. AJ, I think you were going to say a few words.
Yeah, community service is tends to be more of our hands-on projects that we identify a need in the community and use our time and funds to do some good. And so some previous projects I could throw out there were like the Arcata House Extreme Makeover, the Humboldt Resource Center defibrillator donation. Looks like we made some picnic tables at the Chevrolet Visade Park. Most recently last year was the Peninsula Union School Garden Project. And then we do have some ongoing projects like Adopt a Highway, the Rotary Park cleanup, the Arcata Community Forest Trail upkeep. And right now it looks like we still need a few more volunteers for the senior meal delivery. Perhaps if you're interested, you could show some interest in the chat and we can take information for that particular service. And then some things we're looking towards are some other, so most recently this year, we did the gratitude bags in conjunction with the Taste of the Holiday Committee. The most recent idea that I feel like would be attainable this year would be to build a bench in honor of someone at the Jacoby Creek School, but we're yet to bring that to the committee, and it was just some idea that was an idea that was thrown around. But if you're interested, we do meet monthly, and our next meeting is January 20th, Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. We do tend to meet that third week of every month, and it'll I think vastly between Wednesday and Thursdays, depending on schedules. But yeah, come check us out if you're interested in hearing what we could do hands-on in our community.
Thank you, AJ. Terry, Rotary Foundation.
Thank you, President Maggie. Our club continues to be a very robust supporter of the Rotary Foundation. We, at the end of December, we're leading our district of 47 clubs in our annual program fund giving for the second month in a row. I really appreciate everyone having fun with Final Friday. Final Friday is the 29th this month, and I'll be sending out the list of requested people to put forth prizes. We pretty much seamlessly went to Zoom with Final Friday, which I know I was worried about it, and I think a lot of people were worried about it, but people have been great about sending their presents, pictures of their presents, to President Maggie, and then we've all figured out a way to get things delivered. So I really appreciate your help. And if anybody has any questions about Rotary Direct, which is a way to give on some periodicity of your choice through the Rotary website, please let me know and I'd be happy to walk you through it. But thank you very much for all your support.
Thank you, Terry. And the last one we're going to do this week, we will continue with this next week. The last one for this week is scholarship. Brian.
I'm here. So this is the time of the year where we really get going. We don't know whether we're going to be in person or whether we're going to be repeating again online. A lot depends on how fast, obviously, the vaccines get rolled out. But really excited to see that our budget is back in place. We're also waiting on more information on our other activities. History Day, which would also be another big in-person opportunity, is still uncertain, as well as the top 10%. So fingers crossed that we get back opened up before graduation and we can once again continue our tradition of having breakfast. But we'll be moving forward with our scholarships. There was talk earlier in the year of really focusing more on the vocational, and we had some initial conversations with the youth services about integrating some of our scholarships in with activities for the foster youth. And I look forward to continuing those conversations and brainstorming some ideas about how we can do a better job of really reaching out to, you know, the kids that we usually get are the ones heading off to top tier colleges, and we'd really love to have an opportunity to support kids heading more into career fields and other vocational opportunities. So,
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for that. And as I said, next week, we will hear from the other committees. Wanted to remind you about this coming up, and there will be an email sent out soon with the link information to get into that. But mostly we'll be sending something out so that you can RSVP, so that our presenters have an idea of how many people will be involved in this. So that will be coming soon. So now we're going to do some recognition. And as my dad used to say, you're going to have fun, damn it, whether you like it or not. So we're going to start with wait a DGE minute with Dustin. And he's gone. Where'd he go? All right, Dustin.
Yes, President Maggie. So there we go. There it is. That's the screen I was looking for. So today, we once again get to recognize past President AJ and our club for our club's amazing accomplishments during his year. And I'm happy I get to present the banner to him as well. So I'm going to read the paragraph that RI sent to him verbatim and just go down the list here because this is pretty phenomenal. So, dear Club President, on behalf of the trustees of the Rotary Foundation, please accept this special 2019-2020 banner recognition as an expression of our sincere appreciation for your members' generosity or generous support of the annual fund. Your club is distinguished from more than 35,000 Rotary clubs worldwide as being one or more of the following. So here we go. We are one of only 1,550 clubs to achieve the top 3 highest in per capita annual giving. We are one of only 3,400 clubs worldwide to attain status of every Rotarian every year, which is a $100 contribution to the annual fund. And we are one of only 4,000 clubs worldwide to become a 100% foundation giving club. Below it says, please convey our gratitude to every member of your club for their generous gifts to our Rotary Foundation. Your support enables Rotarians to tackle the world's toughest challenges, both in your community and across the globe. So AJ, thanks again for your leadership that year, and thanks to the club for a whopping year. And there you go, buddy. There's some recognition from RI and for the club. So round of applause, please. And if I don't see her here today. She probably won't be with us for a little bit, but I do have one more recognition, and we'll give her a proper recognition when she gets back to the club. But Rachel did have a little boy on January 3rd. His name is Isaac Sarvinski, and we'll let her give the, her whole spiel when she gets back in. But I just wanted to let y'all know that it's on Facebook, so it's no secret. But when she gets back to the club, we'll get her a slide and a round of applause and maybe something else. So anyway, just keep you all updated on that. And that's what I got for you today. So thanks, President Maggie, and thanks again, AJ, for your leadership.
Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you, Dustin, and thank you, AJ, and thank you to the club for making that happen. I don't think keeping babies a secret is a thing right now. I mean, I'm trying to think of who would do that. Probably probably kings and queens would do it, but us normal people usually like to celebrate it. So
I don't know the etiquette, so
Right.
I don't know. Some of us like to keep some of them quiet.
This year, you would completely be able to keep a whole pregnancy, a baby, everything quiet.
Yeah, I think it's easier for guys than it is for the woman. So, but yeah, that I saw her pictures, and that's really happy. So yeah, we can't wait to see both of them at a meeting. So thank you, Dustin, again. So now we're going to move into our Rotarian of the Month, Mr. Foster. I will stop my share so that that you can do what you need to do. And let me just tell you, I will get a hook and pull you off the stage after 10 minutes.
That sounds fine. I hope everyone can see the screen.
Oh, wow. I think I'm pulling you off I'm pulling you off right now. That's it. Have fun.
All right. I'm not particularly comfortable talking about myself, though I'm always very comfortable talking. So we'll see how this goes. But so I do have a little PowerPoint. I hope you can see it. This will cover some of the major events of my life and then my current passion, the myth, the legend. So key dates in my life. I was born June 13th, 1965. I was born in Garberville, California. Today I gave this presentation. Thank you. That was awesome. Any questions? All right, we'll do a little bit more.
I missed the last part of that. What was today?
All right, so here I am at the age of 2, holding a daffodil in Miranda, California. And we do historic photos just because they're funny. I was the first of 3 children that I'm aware of from my parents. Yeah, there we go. Interestingly, as I get older, again, I am wearing elastic band pants. So that's very handy. I got fed and watered by my parents. Here I am, another funny photo. This is 7th grade in Miranda Junior High, and I'm now rocking long hair again. So that's kind of cool. Although I have expanded my forehead considerably since I was 12. Went to South Fork High School. There I am on the left. Young man, again, long fluffy hair, with a at the time normal sized forehead as opposed to what I have now. There I am on the right, working hard as a political science student at Davis. That was the Reagan retirement party that we threw in 1984. We were premature in our retirement party, but as you can see, I was a well-dressed, serious young man, and dancing with my future roommate there in the front, and my friend Grace, who is now a immigration attorney in San Diego with kids. And so that was 1984. So I graduated from South Fork in 1983, and again, immediately seriously jumped into studies at UC Davis. Okay, so let's go through some real key dates. Graduated from UC Davis in 1988. Got my first job in a group called the Local Government Commission, and we worked with local elected officials and helped them with the new recycling laws that were being passed in 1989. I lasted about a year at that job. Then I went to job number 2, recycling project manager for an engineering firm called R.W. Beck and Associates. Did some really fun projects. As a 25-year-old, got to travel all over the state, helping write guidebooks, doing marketing events, worked on a big statewide study of the recycling bottle bill that we ended up writing a bunch of legislation for to change the way the bottle bill worked in 1991. But I decided I wanted to move back to Humboldt County. So Beth and I moved back in 1991. And then I got my third job where I was the lead consultant business manager for Gaynor and Associates, Maggie Gaynor's group, and did that for 5 years. Then had a kid and joined the Sunrise Rotary Club of Arcata 25 years ago, just a little bit more than 25 years ago. And you'll notice key dates in Rotary and key dates with children overlap. Here we are. Look at us. Some of us might remember this picture. That's over at the Arcata Community Center, where we met at the time. That's the Oryx school students that we were sending to Washington, D.C. for a trip. That was a really great event. At the end of my first meeting as president, the owner, Sean Balassa of the Golden Harvest, came up and told us that we had to be out in a couple weeks because his landlord was taking away the conference room. So we started off the year with a bang. Look at that dark beard. Wow, amazing. Then I moved on to job number 4. I was a program coordinator for an economic development program at the Humboldt Area Foundation. In 1999, I was the president of the Sunrise Rotary Club of Arcata, and I did that right after changing jobs and having the second child. So, and I was living in Ferndale. So it was great decision making, new kid, new job, and living 45 minutes away from where the club met at 7 a.m., 7 freaking a.m. So then I went to executive director of REDEC, a job I still hold. Then I had another job at director of business development, Lost Coast Communications, which is K-Hum, K-Slug, and The Point, and ran those stations for a few years with my friend Patrick Cleary. Then quit, went back, well, I went back to job number 5, and then quit that, went to be a vice president of commercial lending at Redwood Capital Bank, and then I quit that job and went back to REDEC, where I am still. So I've had 9 jobs, but only in 6 different places. So 5, 6 different places anyway. So I'm really not as flaky as it may appear from the number of jobs. I am a board of directors addict, apparently. These are some of the boards I've been on or still am on since returning to Humboldt County. Including stints on the board of directors of this club and the Eureka Rotary Club. And some of these boards I've been on for a long time, some I was very short, but what a fun way actually to get to know the community and get involved in stuff. And so I've really enjoyed it. Right now I am on the investment committee for the Humboldt Area Foundation, the legislative action committee for the California Association for Local Economic Development, which is a statewide group. I am on the board of Access Humboldt, which is the public access channel and radio station. The Eureka Concert and Film Center, also known as Eureka Theater, which is my current passion. We'll talk about that right at the end. And the North Coast Small Business Resource Center, which used to run the Small Business Development Center, but we now are associated with the Humboldt County Growers Alliance Association, excuse me, and we provide the business training and marketing assistance to the local cannabis industry. And there may be a couple others that I can't remember. Usually I remember I'm on a board when I get the notice I'm supposed to show up for a board meeting. So there you go. But I always encourage people, this is a great way to get to know the community and get some stuff done. Join a board somewhere. So anyway, twice I figured out how to do something and created a couple kits. And there's the boys on the right, or excuse me, on the left. That's Riley and Will. That was a few years ago. Riley and his, some of you may know Tori Laidlaw, Ed and Teresa Laidlaw's daughter from Fieldbrook, and that's Riley and Tori. They got engaged in November and are going to be married. They've been together, they're now 25 and 24. They've been together 9 years. They started going out when they were juniors and sophomore and junior in high school. Riley, some of you who've been around forever might remember passing Riley around at Elaine Osborne's house for the debunking. I think it was Bob Johnson's debunking, I'm not sure which, but Riley was just a little baby. He was one of those Rotary babies. Dan Johnson and I both had kids right around the same time as young Rotarians. So Riley is now student teaching at Ferndale Elementary School, the school he went to, grew up in. And hopefully next year he'll be employed as a school teacher. And Tori, my future daughter-in-law, is getting her DPT, Doctor of Physical Therapy, up at Pacific in Portland, and will hopefully be back here in a year plus practicing physical therapy in the local area. And they absolutely plan on staying here. And in the middle is Will, my second. Some of you might remember him. He was born when I was just before I was president. He's now 21 and living in Santa Cruz, getting ready to graduate from UC Santa Cruz. And he and his girlfriend will be moving, it looks like, to Seattle in June or July, and starting their life up there. So very excited. Good kids, both college graduates, never been arrested, as far as I know. And actually very, very self-sufficient, hardly ever ask for money, if at all. So I just kind of send it, which is great. I did something right there. I do actually have hobbies other than attending board meetings. My favorite place and one of my favorite hobbies is fly fishing in the Madison River in Montana. And we didn't make it there this year, but we go just about every year. On my first trip to Montana, I was 2 months old, and I've gone almost every year since. So you can do the math. Probably been to Montana 40, 50 times. And love going up there and catching browns and rainbows and just looking at the beautiful scenery of the Madison River Valley, which is about 45 minutes outside the park. I also like to garden and have spent a lot more time doing that this year for lack of travel and any other excitement. There's a picture of my house, the Tumble Down Manor, and with the garden in front there. And it's me, and I have an apartment here that I rent out, and then actually I have two apartments, and I rent out to a couple people who live in the house with me. And then, and Brandy Easter, I'm making a pie for you this weekend for your folks at AEDC. As you know, I like to bake pies, and I occasionally sell them to the Rotarians. So that's fun. I give away, I probably bake 20 pies a year, if not more. And I give them most all away because otherwise I'd be huge. Now, on to my current passion. I joined the Eureka Theater Board reluctantly about 1.5 years ago. And it was sort of like heroin, I guess. I jumped right in and couldn't stop working on it. And it's a great facility. It's owned by a nonprofit. We're all volunteers. We have no employees. We recently added Charlie to the board. And we are, we held a lot of events. We're in the midst of restoration. We secured a loan last year through the Humboldt Area Foundation and my organization, REDEC, to do a bunch of renovations. Maggie used to be on the board, in fact, and Tom Tellez, who's in our club, is also on the board. And so we're getting ready to do some big renovations to there. We're redoing the apartment right now. There's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can see the windows there right behind the marquee. It runs all the way across the front, has a huge living room, a sunroom, a deck, a bar. Anyway, so we're redoing that right now, and that'll be available for vacation rentals or events, and it'll generate income. I show that one picture in the middle there. That's the underneath all lit up. One of my personal projects over the last few months, as I had almost nothing else better to do with my spare time, not that I have much spare time, is I replaced over 250 burned out light bulbs in the theater. So we flicked on the, I flick on the lights every now and again at night just so people can enjoy that sidewalk. And you can see what's going on. So we are now moving on to getting bids and costing out the restoration of the big sign and monument that's built on the top. We have a lot of projects going on, and we're really excited to spend some real money to get the things like the roof fixed and some other things. This building was abandoned. It was purchased by the Arcleys and donated to the new nonprofit about 20 years ago, and it's been slowly being restored ever since. The lobby is absolutely gorgeous. I wish I'd put a photo in there, actually, the lobby. They restored that. And we will be open again for both live events and, of course, movies. We still have 3 carbon arc projectors upstairs. Those are the old style projectors. 2 of them were probably built in the late 30s. And then we have a 16mm carbon arc. But we also have, mostly what we use now is our digital projectors, which is fun. So every now and again, after a hard day's work in the theater, I'll decide I want to watch a movie. So I'll turn Netflix on the laptop and show it on the big screen. So that's kind of fun. So we have a lot of work to be done on this. We are trying to save this for this community and then make it open for the community even more than what we have already. And I would love to, at some point, give you a tour. Now, we had the open house. We did a reception there, if you might remember, and our heater failed, unfortunately, for the night of the reception, so it was rather cold. The heater is now fixed, and we're getting ready to spend actually another 20 grand or so on upgrading the heating system. So it will be great. We want to restore those murals. We're probably going to be doing a fundraiser around the mural restoration, and then doing a major capital campaign to save what we call that blade sign, which says Eureka, and the monument. That piece that's holding the blade sign is actually a stucco covered frame that's holding on the blade, and we need to have that rebuilt. We just got a quote for that to rebuild all that. We'll take all the stucco and everything off and rebuild it, and then put that all back on, and then restore that Eureka, which is actually a sheet metal that's attached to that monument. So we're going to do, I hope, much more public fundraisers and public tours and that sort of thing once we get open. But we've been trying, obviously, for a year to try to figure out when we can get open, and at this point we don't know. So anyway, that's it. If you have any questions, give me a holler. I'm done. That's all you get.
And that was more than 10 minutes. I just want you to know, for thinking of timing in your head, but I really love that theater, and I'm glad you were able to share what's going on there. It's too bad that, that it's been slowed by COVID, but it will happen. It will happen. So Greg, I'd like you to pick a number for me between 1 and 70.
82.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, let's say 37.
37? Okay. And my list, oh, here we go. 37 is, pick another number.
Why, was it me again? How about 48?
That's great. That's Steve McHaney. So he will be our Rotarian of the Month next month. Thank you very much. And would you stop sharing your screen so I can carry onward? Thank you.
Yes, I will stop. Hold on.
Thank you.
There you go.
All right. So now we're going to jump into, I can never tell who's on the line when Jen and Bryn are here, but is Bryn with you, Jen? If not,
I'm here.
hey, great. So I wanted to give you your blue badge. You are now, you've completed all the things you needed to do to get your blue badge. So congratulations and thank you for picking our club. We're really happy to have you with us.
Thank you, Maggie.
Someday you'll actually get a real one. But this is what it will look like. So is there anything you wanted to add, Jess, or did you cover this pretty well? Wait, you're muted.
Sorry, I was trying to press the space bar trick and it didn't work. I don't think I have anything I need to add other than I hope to be able to see you all next Wednesday. As I said, there's a shopping list or ingredient list to assemble. I'll take you from the beginning of the meal to beginning of the prep all the way through to a finished dish that you can serve your family, and we'll visit and talk and chat along the way. So hope to see you all on Wednesday next week. 5:15 we'll start the Zoom call, and 5:30 we'll start the prep for dinner cooking. So if you have questions or anything, of course, let me know. So look forward. Thank you.
Thank you. So Lori.
Yep, I'm here. I'm here.
Hi there.
So along the lines of fun and adding fit, as maybe you have some New Year's resolutions, we're going to start a little walking challenge. You're going to get an email from me today about this challenge, and it's fun. It's free. It's just downloading the Nike app, letting me know what your username is. I've set up 3 different challenges that go from today until March 31st, a 100-mile, a 200-mile, or a 300-mile. And a 100-mile really is about a mile a day, so it's not that bad. But just a little challenge to make it fun and to get us all fit after all of those holiday cookies. So look forward to that email coming today. If you've already got the Nike app, feel free to send me your name and I'll add you to the challenge.
Thank you, Lori. It seems like it might be motivating for some of us to know that we're trying to walk further than others. So if that's interesting to you and you'd like to join in, please do so. It should be fun. And we are going to award prizes to those who outpace the rest of us. So that will be fun. Thank you, Lori.
Are the prizes going to include a Gregg Foster pie?
They could, but you'll have to walk further.
If you're throwing it in, that's a great idea, Greg.
All right.
I'll go in. I think that's, if you get to the 300 miles, you will get how about a Dick Taylor dark chocolate cream pie?
Nice. Yeah, that's for those of you who get the 300 or more in there. So thank you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. So we're going to, is Charlie here today? I don't see her. Vanessa, I don't know if there's anything you might be able to share about where we are with the internship process. If not, we could wait till next week.
Let's wait till next week.
Sounds good. And I have some photos here of the stocking stuffers. This is after they're all stuffed. And they did some chocolate chip cookies to go. And here is your tongue twister for the morning. Say this 3 times fast, anybody? Stocking stuffers, stuffing stockings. Anyway, there they are, Joyce and Sarah. it was, do we have, I don't see Sarah here either. So I don't know the final numbers on that, but we did, I think, over 100 stockings, I think. Does anybody have any data they want to share on that one that they happen to know? If not, we will, again, we can give you that later, but it was a good, they got gift certificates, they got all kinds of stuff, and hopefully they were grateful or happy that people were thinking about them and giving them some support. So that was pretty darn cool, I think. And then AJ, did you want to tell us what happened here with this?
So super grateful to the club. Right before Christmas, I had a brief moment to share about a family who was going through a tough time. A family of 7, and the 8-year-old was diagnosed with cancer. So they were traveling up and down to San Francisco, and I asked the club for donations, and you guys definitely came through. I'm super, super grateful. I got all the kids new shoes, a couple toys, a puzzle, a tablet, and everybody got a jacket, and the mom got a nice fluffy blanket, and the dad some hardy socks, but mainly all these gifts for kids. So I'm so grateful that the club came through and supported this opportunity, and hopefully made a family amazing Christmas.
Thank you for that effort, and thank you for doing that. And I'm so glad you didn't say the mom got a robe. Anyway, so we did the first backpacks. My nieces are here, and we've been in a bubble a bit. So some pictures of us, and Mike joined us, and we packed the bags at my office. And it worked out pretty well. The space worked out, and it wasn't cold and dark and everything. So this could be a location for packing if people needed it, and if they ever wanted that, because we're there, or we could be there to do it. So, and I think, how are our signups doing? We've got people signed up for the next few weeks, I think. Yep, okay. So I'm not suggesting this is the proper meal for anyone, but it looked really good. Amanda, do you want to say anything about the meals for seniors?
Yeah, I can hop in. I put it in the chat, but we have a group. I don't know if you guys remember. I think we've been doing this for 6 months now. We have a group of us. I think there's 4 of us I coordinate, that does a weekly senior meal delivery. So only one person. Mike is awesome and pitches in more than any of the rest of us, but it takes, I don't know, Mike, I think it takes about 30 minutes max, less if you're already in Arcata. And as we come up on tax season, Jess has been great, but we're gonna lose her a little bit because it's tax season. So we could really use a couple other people who are willing to every once a month or every other month hop in and do a quick delivery to a couple seniors from the Arcata Senior Center. So if you're interested, shoot out to me and we'll get you hooked up into our group.
And it's really easy. It doesn't take much time, especially if you are in Arcata, because you just pop over to the community center, and it takes the delivery time probably takes 15-20 minutes total. And people are really grateful that we're bringing them their food, and it's just a nice thing to do. So it's a good lunchtime. The whole thing might take you a half hour. If you're in Arcata, good way to get out away from whatever you're doing for a half hour right before lunch. So thank you for that. Thank you to Vanessa and Jess and Mike, who have been doing that and keeping that going for them. I don't know, Greg, if Siva's not here, I don't know if you guys talked about doing anything. The idea was that we all know we're supposed to choose Humboldt, or try to choose Humboldt, and when we're buying things, try to buy local. But I've asked Siva and Greg to kind of figure out some tips on how to make that a little easier for to do. And
I haven't heard from Siva, but I can certainly talk about the Choose Humboldt, because that came out of a group that I coordinate called the COVID Economic Resilience consortium. And so there is the Choose Humboldt thing. I'm happy to, and that's being led by Humboldt Made. There's a whole group of folks, all the chambers and everybody, including us, working together. And the goal in December, November and December, was of course to get people to buy their gifts locally. And I'm happy to report we're seeing that that's actually people are stepping up and doing that in Humboldt County. So good holiday sales being reported. Now our goal for January, and they're just now in February, is to choose Humboldt with food. And so you'll see a lot more bar, restaurant kind of messaging coming out from all the chambers, the main streets, Humboldt Made, etc. And if you look on Humboldt Made's Facebook page, there are graphics being shared there with Choose Humboldt. And they're running a contest right now where if you show a picture, tag on social media, whatever you use, and use the Choose Humboldt tag, you will be entered to win a $50 gift certificate. So that's just being rolled out right now. Look in social media and elsewhere, or the Humboldt Made website for more information on that. It's humboldtmade.org, and or look at the REDEC website, whatever else, and share. That's what we're doing this grassroots. We don't have a big budget. We kicked in some money from REDEC for publicity, but what we want to do is choose Humboldt. Then we're probably going to do a choose and love Humboldt in February. The goal is to get as much, keep as much revenue in Humboldt County as we can as we move through this pandemic, and hopefully by later in the spring, as things start to loosen up, we'll get through. And just one more thing on that topic in general, the state program for COVID relief grants first round is going to be ending January 13th. So get your applications in. That's money for businesses and nonprofits. And if you have any questions about that, the Small Business Development Center has great info, or you can send me an email. The City of Eureka is going to be launching today a grant program for businesses in Eureka as well, and those are up to $7,500. So if you know somebody or have a business in the City of Eureka, look for that. And that's all shared via the Small Business Development Center, northcoastspdc.org, and other local economic development and chambers. And we hope we can, it's up to us, right? It's up to us to keep our community going. So we hope everybody will do that.
Thank you, Greg. And I think Brandy put the information, a little information about the grant that is due on the 13th in the chat. So that's there if you're interested. I took a look at it, but it's a good opportunity for folks, I think, to apply, and hopefully we'll bring some of that money here locally. Yep. One of the things I think about when you shop online, what tends to happen is you buy things a little more impulsively and less thoughtfully, and there's a lot more waste involved with having things shipped to us. So when you're trying to reduce the amount of things you don't really need and the amount of just the amount of garbage that you produce, buying things locally there's that advantage too, is that you tend to go, okay, I have to go and get this. And sometimes you're a little more thoughtful about what you're buying. When you're sitting at your computer clicking on things, it's really too easy to buy things that you may or may not need, or you could have gotten locally if you just taken the time. So I really think we should continue to be thoughtful about what we purchase and try to buy it locally whenever possible. So thanks for that reminder. Let's see. Now, we have a few more minutes, and I do have something I pulled off the agenda because I didn't know if we'd have time, but we do. So we're gonna go to the raffle now, and then I will do this other thing after that. So raffle time.
All right, today's raffle big prize is $90 plus $25 gift certificate to Kinetic Coffee. So let's see the winner today. It's Lisa. So good job, and let's see what you get. $5. So I'll send that to you through Venmo, and we will be at $100 next week.
Thank you, Nick. So I was thinking about COVID I know that that's rare. A lot of us, we don't spend much time thinking about it. And I was thinking that that if you feel like I feel, you probably, it just makes you really angry and frustrated. And so I decided, I asked a friend of mine to make me a COVID piñata. And it's artistic. It's a rendition of a COVID piñata. It's sturdy as all heck, which means that you have to really hate COVID to break through this. And I thought that, and no, she will not make any more because it's way too expensive to make. But she donated this one to us because I want to raffle this off and put some of the money into our foundation. So, but the thing was, I haven't filled it yet. And of course, being the club we are, I was thinking I would fill it with the tiny little bottles of plastic alcohol. But I don't know yet. So I haven't filled it yet. But is that something people might want to raffle or not raffle, but bid on? Yeah. So Brandon and Amanda, do you guys want to lead this bid process?
Amanda, what do you think?
Yeah, sorry, my video wasn't turning on. Yeah, I could do that. We could raffle. It's been a couple months, a little rusty, but.
If you fill it with alcohol, Maggie, does that mean when we strike it with a match?
Oh, whatever floats your boat. The winner can do what the winner wants.
Is there stuff inside? Did I miss that? Is there?
Not. It will be filled. Yes, it's not yet filled, but it will be filled.
Okay. Do you want to raffle this off now, or do you want to save it for Final Friday?
I want to do it now because I want you to have it to beat it. It's really so sturdy that you're going to really probably need a real bat. But if it's something that everybody could get behind.
I say when vaccines are more widely available, you bring in your little vaccine proof of card and you get a whack at it.
Yeah,
there you go.
You could take it to advanced security and you could hang it there and just let people come in and whack at it when they're ready.
Is that a bid that we're hearing?
Sounds like it's a bid, yeah.
It sounds like a bid to me.
$50.
I saw something.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed the chat.
about...
Terry's filling this with $100 worth of gift cards. So.
Yeah. So
wow.
There, you've got 100 from me, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Amanda.
It's the chat is hopping.
I was just going to say that we're moving up in the chat. We don't even have to remember how to do this.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, they know what they're doing. They're veterans here.
You guys got to get unrusty before the end of the month.
I do some warm-up exercises the night before, so. We're at 250 now. And what is this remind? So is it full of alcohol and gift cards now, or just gift cards?
It will have gift cards and it will have other things. It will have typical, piñata things in it in addition, because you want things to go flying out and make a mess. So yes.
So it's full of plastic Lucy's?
Who?
Plastic alcohol bottles.
Oh, plastic Lucy's? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm older than you, I guess. I haven't heard that before.
Typical adult piñata things.
Yeah, adult piñata things. Let's say that. Yes.
There we go.
Looks like Joyce has got 300 there. Brian went 275, and I know he probably wants that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a one of a kind because she is not going to make one of these again. So, you might even, I don't know. I mean, you know, you might even decide not to kill it, but you know, who knows? That's your choice.
So like we're set 300.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So Joyce, I will be in touch, and thank you everybody. It's 8 o'clock. I wish you a good weekend and see you all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you.